I'm freezing and I've suffered my first big loss here in the garden. Notice how the onions are very puny, falling over, curled. Not a very nice coloration. Well, it's the Allium leaf miner. I was kind of playing roulette, planting them here because this is where they were last year. But I topped off the bed hoping that would be a cure, but nope, not. So I did pick one up, and I did see a larva on the bulb that's forming. So it looks like everybody is affected. I wouldn't be surprised if the garlics are also affected, but since they're further along, they might pull through till the end of the season. So I'll just leave those alone. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull 50 or so of these onions. See here at the green stalk, these have not been affected as of yet. So these are way longer. I mean, they're falling over because it's been super windy and rainy, but they're very healthy. The color's good, the leaf structure's good, and yeah, just lots of leaves there. The garlic, this is also a possibility that these will get hit. They've been hit in the past. So again, playing roulette, planting them in the same space more than 1 year. Crop rotation for certain things is really a good idea. Now, as I said, all is not lost because I have a tray and change of onions that I have not yet planted because these were for the seedling sale. So I do have, and there's still time. It's, like I said, freezing today. It's like in the 40s, maybe low 50s. Yeah, I still have time to get onions in somewhere else though, so I won't have the dedicated space. I'm going to line whatever beds I have or grow bags with various alliums and hope for the best. The problem is that I wanted these beds to have like bigger things in them, so they're gonna shade out the onions. But little onions is better than no onions at all. I did read that there are ways to fight the allium leaf miner, like with the natural pesticides, but I feel like that's just way more trouble than it's worth for really not that many onions. And being that I do have replacements, I can just do that. Looks like I need to loosen the soil. Now I will be destroying the plant. I'm going to put it in a plastic bag in the sun, and then I'm going to dump it into my seaweed bucket, the swamp water that I have. And bonus, this now frees up a bed to plant some, I'm going to do brassicas or some kind of leafy greens in this bed. So I was having a hard time figuring out where to plant those, and here is my answer. So here's a close-up of how it's all deformed. It's curling. Look how curly that one is. And it's hard to treat allium leaf miner because they're in between the layers of paper. Like in this one, I don't see the maggot, but can we focus? Because there's like a dent right there where the maggot would have been. I also read that if you cover up the plant in the beginning that would alleviate it's a fly that comes around and lays the eggs. So there is that possibility. So not the best looking specimen of brassicas, but I'm banking that since they're still small, the transplant shock won't be so terrible. And since we are in a cool spot right now, that will also help them adjust versus if I were planting these in 70, 80 degree weather. I have a couple of broccoli and I'll thin them out as I see who's doing well. So I got broccoli, cabbage, and kale going in. I had to pause and get a worm casting. So I'm going to add this at the bottom of the hole just for extra nutrients. Now it would be foolish of me to plant all these brassicas and not cover them up because I know perfectly well that my nemesis here would be the cabbage moths, and I've seen them. I've seen them for a while now. Yeah, so, but before that, I do have some Swiss chard extra, so I also had spinach, but those are really bolting. So the Swiss chard takes the heat of the summer pretty well, and if it's a cut and come again situation, then I can, keep them small while these maybe other greens grow bigger. So I'm gonna dot these in the spaces. I don't know if it's me, but nothing is ever easy. This took way too long to put together. Granted, it's windy. And I'm dealing with like a bunch of weeds around me and cramped spaces, but still. It's done. It's planted. It's expected to rain later today and all of tomorrow and the next day, so I'm not super worried about watering them in, and most of them had been watered yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, so they'll be fine. Now, as much as I would love to get these onions planted today, I don't have enough time, so I'll talk to y'all again in another video. So I'll harvest more. Bye.